as we're kind of going, getting nice little visual on this cutscene, a bit of a roll update on everybody else. Etiquette kind of getting past, getting into Rustboro Gym. Headboss starting a run, about to get into Rival 1. Insane getting through, I believe, Route 113 on the way to Fall Arbor Town. Luke is right now at the Mauville City Gym, getting past through the puzzles and going through the gym trains, which are not much of a trouble right now. Pokey Guy in about to fight Roxanne. Tucker, I believe, actually fighting. Actually, no. I've only seen 2 Pokemon from the opponent. So, also at the Mauville Gym, just about to face off against Watson in a minute. Wartap at Meteor Falls, about to get through that double fight that we're in a second. And Wave Warrior, getting past Rival 1, didn't get a chance to see the stats, but it looks like, just by the sheer fact that Wave Warrior has not reset, that it is at least a runnable Mudkip for now.
A quote-unquote usable Mudkip, the best kind.
I do want to kind of remind folks a little bit, obviously this is we appreciate every single one of you who are tuning in, but also we want to make sure that you're comfortable. So if you need to, take a stretch, making sure you get some refreshments. We're kind of we're soon getting into the home stretch of this Barrier Blitz. We're seeing a lot of runners going to try their best to get world record, hopefully at some point today. We want to make sure all of you are comfortable in ensuring that you are having as good a time as we are watching all these fantastic runners getting through Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, personally speaking, I'm just saying, if Shirley gets to have the bathroom break, the audience should take one all together at the same time. So what pace do we think Shirley's on right now, by the way?
Shirley is, I want to wait until I see what we are working with in terms of the Groudon, but 225 just about right now, about to enter the final gym. It is really, really good. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out, Pokeguy, as Etiquette also just mentioned, a 1947 Roxanne. That is extremely good. That is a really, really good Roxanne exit. No, actually, no. I think Etiquette might be talking about himself. Pokeguy and Etiquette are basically roughly at the same point right now in the run. I didn't notice immediately. So yeah, Etiquette with a 1947, really, really good.
Yeah, I just glazed over that. Oh my god.
There's just so much going on. There's so many interesting points that a lot of these runners are on. It's sometimes gonna be a little bit hard to track, but yeah, no. A sub 20 Roxanne is really, really good. A 19.4 exit out of Roxanne it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And obviously, what we're looking for with this Groudon is hopefully not getting an attack lowering nature. Yeah, a 2-hit KO on the nose pads from Etiquette. That is extremely good. That is, yeah, you do not see that very often.
So I was just watching this ice puzzle. It has me shaken to my core.
Yeah, I was showing a second ago the guides for beginners of this game. Also, shout outs again to the guy for very easily showing the accessible and the acceptable way to solve the puzzle.
Yeah,
very easy to understand.
Yeah, because it's so easy to. If you look at some of the other lines, I guess in the photos, I don't like how they do Victory Road because of how skinny the pictures are. But for the ice path, they nailed it. Perfect guide.
All right, let's see. Special attack lowering nature plus special defense. Potentially perfect defense and perfect special defense. Slightly below average on the speed and slightly above average on the attack. Okay, this is very... It certainly beats the Groudon with 0 attack and 0 defense from earlier.
True. Oh, that's a nasty critical hit.
Yeah, but thankfully no problemo on taking care of the Milotic. What you're gonna get through Loftisk and Milotic, it is generally smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, true.
So who knows? Truly could very well be on pace for potentially maybe even getting first place. Hopefully, we see a very strong finish from Truly.
Amazing gym fight of all time.
I love the how the badges got a not necessarily a redesign with the remakes, but also got like a nice little splash of color.
Yeah, right.
To them, I love how colorful and the colors used for the Sutopolis gym badge.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah, Etiquette with a really strong start, but I would also be remiss if I didn't point out Pokeguy also having a pretty good start as well. Like, not that far off from Etiquette's early pace right now. And I'm kind of noticing, seeing in the on the smaller screen, Luke is going through everyone's favorite NPC, the secret base guy who is so tired. He has not even dark circles or bags under his eyes. He got dark triangles under his eyes. That's how tired he is.
Surely God's strongest soldier.
I forgot what Pokemon cry is that one. I love how that, like, you will occasionally get to hear like a random Pokemon cry, but I sometimes struggle with hearing like the ocean. I don't think that's a Wingull.
No, it's not. Wingull's like deeper. I think it's Remoraid.
Ooh, maybe. Finian.
Finian.
Tap.
That's a Gen 5 Poke. That's why I would not get that.
Alright, Wave Warrior getting passed through Grunt at Petalburg Woods. Love to see that. Head Bob about to encounter the his version's Grunt at Petalburg Woods with a on a pretty decent start at the very least. I mean, obviously still too early to tell, but hopefully things go well. Nice early crit on that up against that Poochyena, but it is in the yellow, so something to definitely watch out for. And oh no, Poochyena went for Howl instead of trying to either use Sand Attack or go for another tackle. So really nice on the really nice on that Aqua Grunt fight. And truly giving us a bit of an inside look into his strategy. He's gonna YOLO it and actually not gonna go for overheat strat. Very.
Oh man.
Very interesting to see how this is going. Truly's really gonna. YOLOing is right. I think Truly knows that he could potentially be onto something on a really nice ending here. So it'll be fascinating to see what comes out of this towards the end. But we're just kind of now seeing kind of everybody else. I think we've seen Pokeguy. I think Pokeguy is going up against Hideki right now. So, and Etiquette's about to also face off against Hideki as well. So, best of luck to the both of them. Oh no, Pokeguy getting an unfortunate crit right there.
Oh no, Poppy.
That is, you hate to see that.
Is the custom.
We'll see how Etiquette handles the Hideki here. Ooh, okay, this is it's a rough one. As you were mentioning earlier, now the question becomes, it no longer becomes like, can I beat Hideki, like how many potions is it gonna take before you decide it's not even worth it? And I think we're trying to go for the torrent right there, and no, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for Etiquette. Those two low sweeps and lowering the speed, it just kind of snowballed into just basically just taking an L right there. That is a rough way for both Pokeguy and Etiquette to lose the run right there.
Yeah.
We're seeing a couple of gym fights already. Wave Warrior at Roxanne and Wartep at Flannery. We're taking a quick look at Mudkip, Wave Warriors Mudkip momentarily in Torrent. However, it was at the start of the fight against Nosepath, so it is. So we'll see. Yeah, it's 9 HP. It's not. Ooh, going for it and lived from the damage roll. I think if I'm reading that right, it's on 1 HP. Very kind of a risky way to tackle the Nosepath fight. A random critical would have ended things right there for Wave Warrior, but very nice assessing the risk, and it paid off for him. And also GG's on Wartap to getting through Flannery, now going into the Petalburg gym. And it's go time for Truly. Truly saying earlier he's gonna YOLO it, not gonna go for the overheat strat. With the hope here that it ends in a run that could put him at the top of the leaderboard here at Barrier Blitz. And the thing about Groudon is that there are multiple ways you can approach it. I mean, obviously, we've seen a lot of these runners going for the overheat strat, but that's not the only way to do it. To have to play the Elite Four. Ooh, critical on the random critical from the Bankerton right there. It shouldn't be a problem because it is still gonna outspeed, I believe, against even right now. It's gonna speed against the both the Delcatty and the Gallade that he's got coming up in a second. We're seeing Wartab, the lower left-hand corner, just having It looked like for a moment just a tiny bit of struggle against that Delicati, but finally, no problem. But it is going to force Wartap to get the to have to heal up for a second. $230. I think that was like a high 237 victory screen against Wally. So that could be. This might look like potential 255 pace. Where on the 255? That sort of remains to be seen.
The world is his oyster. What could possibly go wrong?
As we're about to see the start of the Sydney fight, I want to kind of check out the rest of the runs. Etiquette I think just had a run. Not happy. I believe not happy with the Mudkip he got dealt with, so it's going to be a restart for him. Pokeguy starting a run. Not still maybe a couple of minutes before we find out how good this Mudkip is. Wartab, I believe now's about to face off against Norman, so that'll definitely be interesting to see. And Lucas in a bit of a bind right there. He lost a minute on having to do, I think, an optional fight right now. So that is not something you want to see. So interesting to see if Lucas will want to, how short a leash Lucas will give himself in terms of resetting the run at this point in time. But if I'm understanding how what Lucas is writing, Lucas was only 14 seconds behind PB at Watson. Now about a minute 19 because of that optional fight. So definitely a good start for Lucas. Lucas only has had a 257.59. So at the very least, outside of that one optional fight that he lost about roughly a minute of time, if he's able to kind of get through the rest of the game, get some good IVs on the Latios and the Groudon, could very well shake up the leaderboard with the final time when it's all said and done. Let's really kind of go for the Person Berry strats. Really trying to preparing for the potential of that Dusclops hitting Confuse Ray on turn 1. It usually either will go for Confuse Ray or Curse. In which case it'll gonna be a question of when to heal up. The deal with Curse is every turn you lose 25% of your max HP. We kind of wait with bated breath. Oh, very nice. Okay, the Dustclops did go for confusion on turn 1, taking full advantage, truly taking full advantage of the fact that he gave Groudon that Frozen Berry to immediately get out of the confusion. So, very nicely done. Very good call. Earlier, about like 15 minutes ago, Truly was saying that not going to go for the overheat strat, and so far, it may look like it's actually already paying off. The risk. And I have I'm actually pulling up Truly splits from his 253.31 PB that he set all the way back in the summer of 2023.
This man's old.
So it's about roughly 90 seconds, 92 seconds behind PB. So this has a low 255 potential. And that Lucas Lucas resetting. He forgot to teach strength on the Marsh Stomp right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's
gotta be frustrating, man.
Especially when outside of that one fight that lost a minute. Very, very good first third of the run for Lucas. Yeah, chat, let's see if we can give Lucas a little bit of encouragement, as probably whether or not, depending on if Lucas decides to. Yeah, that is Lucas right saying in chat. Yeah, the fatigue hitting him. Yeah, that is hitting him hard. Which that is, as I kind of pointed out earlier. It's not just the fact you're just resetting left and right. It does take a toll. All the resets. And it does take a toll on you physically and mentally. And, in some cases, eventually you lose runs late with a heartbreaker. As we've seen a few times through some of these runners, it also takes an emotional toll on you. And having to do this for long stretches of time between yesterday and today, it is a bit of a, it can be a little bit daunting. So, mad respect for all these runners who are resetting left and right, grinding a lot in the hopes of nabbing the world record.
Yeah, I can barely keep my stream going for an hour, so my God, I have so much respect for you people.
All right, it looks like it seems to be relatively smooth sailing for Truly, going back into Glacia. Just kind of now taking a look at everybody else. Etiquette, Lucas. Lucas getting to do at least one more run at the very least. And Head Bob potentially starting a run soon. Insane going up against facing up against Norman. Seems to be a good setup phase, so this hopefully means, but that Marsh Stomp is very low HP. Actually, no, well, not like it matters. Got from Norman, very, very nicely done. GG's. Etiquette, we're about to now get to see whether or not Etiquette will have a runnable Mudkip.
I believe in miracles. I believe in Mudkip.
I believe that we will win. Yeah, a lot of runners kind of in the early portions of their respective runs, from Head Bob to Pokeguy, Wave Warrior, Lucas, and Etiquette. You know, we're going to see whether or not the run's going to keep going, or we're going to see another reset. It looks to be good. The only stat that was in the single digit is special defense, and if you have to you have to have one stat that has to be in the single digit, definitely would have to be in the special defense. That is definitely the least relevant or the least important stat out of the 6 for your Mudkip in these runs. Yeah, so Etiquette is definitely gonna keep this going, because I think that was like a 15 on the attack, and as I implied, double digits on both the special attack and the speed, which you love to see. I was kind of seeing Insane on a nice pace so far. Definitely love to see it, especially after starting out yesterday with a lot of resets. I want to say maybe 3 or 4 runs in a row. Didn't even get to start past Hideki, or at least past the Doofer Gym, if memory serves me correctly. So love to see him getting out on a nice pace starting out.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
I was now seeing Pokeguy getting another run at the Poochyena. And Sand Attack. Oh, Sand Attack and with 11 HP left. It's a bit of dicey there. 2 Sand Attacks in a row. Does not matter. Who needs accuracy checks when you got Mudkip?
And talent, allegedly. Debatable.
All right, truly now getting to Steven. It is go time. Will we see a new leader here at Barrier Blitz? Truly got a 255.38, good for second place. Whether or not it is the Steven fight will result in a new leader, we will see. The time to be 255.18. So only a 21-second improvement from the run he had yesterday.
So, most of this fight, there's nothing really to be that could stop you, but there is a 15 out of 16 range near the end, which can catch you off guard if you're not careful.
Yeah, we'll see kind of how things go. Hopefully, the hope here is maybe have to maybe get a miss on the Toxic, because we actually kind of saw that on earlier today. I forgot which run. I forgot which runner had the had the miss on the. Actually, no. Wow, Discovery not even going for a Toxic, going for Steel Wing first. And there we go. There's the. Yeah, going for the +4 right there. Attack set is pretty decent. So instead of going for the I think the call is definitely a good call. Hopefully not. Hopefully not get the Toxic. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't make much sense for the AI to go for Toxic on a Pokemon that was already poisoned. But you never know with the AI in these Pokemon games. They love doing stuff that kind of doesn't make any sense sometimes.
Yeah, specifically in Gen 1, it was egregious because the AI could see what you were going to pick, and then it picked its option. At least for this game, it'll just pick randomly. Like, it picks after you. But they can't really predict a swap out, or a heal, or anything like that.
All right, that is 4 down, 2 more or less. All that's left, the Armando and the Mega Metagross. I can just imagine truly trying to button mash as fast as possible. Trying to see if we can get the... Trying to see if we get a 255 OX. And that is it. That is GG's. We'll see whether or not this is...
Mash through the tiers. Come on. You got this.
This will, at the very least, this will definitely be Truly's best run. This will be an improvement. What the final time will be, who knows? But yeah, massive GG's to Truly on a very, very nice run. And speaking of GG's, another GG's for Tucker, getting past Norman. Which is a fight that definitely can go wrong a lot of times.
A copious amount of times, even. Hey, look, he got the badge.
He got the thing.
The thing, Bob.
All right, we are just coming up on time to see if Truly can get it, and 255.21 GG. A 17-second improvement from the last one, just barely missing out on first place. So 3 seconds separate Tucker and Truly. That is wow. That is an incredible. That is amazing. All these runs that go a shade under 3 hours, only 3 seconds separating our top 2 runners in this Barrier Blitz. So now as we kind of shift from Truly to a lot of the rest of these runners. Wartab now having that Latios. Kind of a or the Latias, I should say. Interesting stat spread. Perfect HP, perfect special defense, but the nature lowers the special defense, and perfect speed. The special attack is kind of pedestrian. However, the nature is a beneficial one. Well, definitely a solid Latias.
Careful, we're about to hit the jump scare.
Oh my, I wonder what it could be.
Has me shivering in my boots.
Oh my god, it's the Kecleon. Who would have thought?
Oh my lord.
And speaking of the Lotties, both Tucker about to get Latios, and saying for going for the Weather Institute, or leaving the Weather Institute, heading into Rival 3 with the Latios. But it will be good. It'll be interesting to see how things go for both of these runners, as they are at roughly the midway point. All 3 of these runners roughly around the midway point of the run.
God willing.
Latios, the more offensive variant of the 2 Lottie twins. Definitely make for a little bit more aggressive play. Yep, no problems right there for Insane on the Rival 3 fight. As we're seeing Tucker right now getting a hand into the Lati into his own Latios in a second. And the one thing that I wasn't noticing from Insane is just the fact that there's just the sheer amount of button mashing on the touch screen right there. These runners, they are basically doing the same thing, mashing for that bottom screen just to get through the text a little bit quicker, and you're doing that for the entirety of the run. So when I say it can take these marathons, these barrier blitzes can take a physical toll on these runners, just imagine trying to mash the or use your fingers to mash like that for hours and hours and hours on end. It's quite impressive just seeing everyone at that level.
Yeah, if I can give anyone a recommendation, please wear compression gloves if you're going to speedrun Pokemon seriously. Generally, will help your wrists so much.
I would even extend that and saying, like, if you make it, like, not necessarily do like full body workouts, but at the very least work out your wrists and strengthen your hands, your wrists, your fingers, even your forearms. Like, believe me, they will go a long way with building up stamina in these types of runs. And also GG's on etiquette on the Roxanne fight. Not the 1947 that he had earlier. However, still a lot of run left to go. So this could still, listen, who knows? This could still very much be the one. The run that does end in a new, or at least an improvement from his 257.57 that he did. I don't remember, but it has to have happened after we did our shift, so like either late last night or earlier today.
That's my thought.
And also, quick GG's on Wartap, getting past Winona, getting badge number 6 right there. With what I can assume is probably not much trouble right there. That's kind of seeing Wave Warrior doing just a tiny bit of shopping. One thing that we have not really touched upon is, especially when it comes to Pokemon games, the sheer amount of memorization of what to buy, how many to buy, at what point, making sure that you got money for the future and not like expending every single penny and potentially putting yourself in a position where you might not be able to afford some of the items that you want to buy later on in the run. That in and of itself is a skill, because I mean, sure, they may have like notes and everything they could have at the ready, but especially when it comes to like maybe like in a marathon setting where you don't have that easily accessible to you, like just having the ability to remember a lot of these things is genuinely impressive.
Yeah, because you can only like study so much runs without doing it yourself. That's what I'm learning while being up here today. Like, man, I have a long way to go. But hey, sometimes it's what you need.
I mean, experience is definitely a great teacher, and yeah, no, it's, and all 9 of these runners are vastly experienced, so they obviously already know a lot of the strats that a lot of beginner runners will have to sort of kind of almost have notes at the ready just to take a good look at. We're kind of getting through the dreaded Mount Pyre gauntlet, which really isn't like a massive gauntlet. You don't have like a ton of difficult fights or anything. It's just like a string of several grunt fights and an admin fight towards the end before we kind of get into the good stuff. I'm talking about the 10 Lights of fight, getting the box legendary, kind of figuring out what game plan for that box legendary. And Pokeguy getting in a second once this test of fight ends. Then we got the dreaded Hideki fight. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wartab's run is over, taking a def against that Mighty Anna. Wow, that is.
Oh.
That is brutal. I hate to see that.
Owie zowie. As they say in my hometown.
Yeah. Failing the confusion check 3 times in a row. Mind you, these are, I believe, supposed to be 50-50. So if we're taking that at face value, that is a 12.5% chance. Or the probabilities of that are 1 in 8. Hopefully Hideki, or rather, Brawly doesn't do much in the way of problems. We already saw a run from someone else earlier today end at Brawly. Seriously hoping the Makuhita doesn't give too much trouble. Yeah, no trouble. I mean, once you kind of set up the Machop with like 2 or 3, I believe it takes 3 echoed voices for that Machop to go down. Meaning the 4th echoed voice is almost for sure gonna one-hit KO the Machop. For those of you who don't know, echoed voice is a normal type move that base power is 40. However, if you use it in consecutive turns, it will increase in power. So it goes from 40 to 80 if you use it for a second straight time, 120 on the third straight time, all the way up to 200, which is the same power, I believe, as self-destruct. If you use echoed voice a 5th time in a row. Yeah, Wartap, good point from Wartap. It's actually less than 1, because it's not a... Because there's always a chance of just straight up snapping out of confusion. Yeah. Twice, I should say. Yeah, so the odds of that happening is... Yeah, the odds of hitting yourself 3 straight times is just absolutely brutal.
That just leaves me 3 coin flips in a row.
Taking a quick roll call and seeing how everybody else is doing. Seems like Etiquette is just getting through. Actually, I always keep calling Laura the fight before Hideki Tessa. Tessa's the fight after Hideki. I keep forgetting. I keep mixing the two of them up, and I did the same thing yesterday
right?
too. But yeah,
I've been doing the same thing multiple times today. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a that Mudkip is a bit of a brutal
Ooh,
special
starting
attack.
off with low sweep.
And
Focus energy. Oh, and I don't think they got the range.
Foresight.
Oh,
no,
no.
unfortunate. Okay, let's see if we can.
Oh my god.
Nicely done.
What a save.
Absolutely. That was practically a coin flip whether or not that low sweep was going to be a crit, but very, very nicely done.
I mean, yeah, I think it was literally 50-50. Oh, man. Also worth noting, I think Tucker's stats are messed up. Surely there's no way he got the same Pokemon 3 times in a row, but I think that's an issue on his stream.
Maybe it's a spoiler. Maybe it's a spoiler for the
It's a good
ground as well. Could you imagine?
He learned RNG mid run.
We did have someone, I think it was 00AJ, who runs other Pokemon games as well. Shout out to Pokemon TTG speedrunning as well. Who basically, well, I don't know, maybe no longer a joke, but saying that that at some point this weekend someone will discover Ace and beat the game in under an hour. So maybe, who knows? Maybe we discover the secret sauce to predicting future Pokemon IVs.
Could happen. You never know. Trust the process.
Definitely nothing too bad on that Winona. That, you know, Winona Swallow does no double team, and if it gets it off early, boy, it can provide a lot of grief with missing like attacks left and right. I've had instances where I've had a Winona fight where Swallow used double team twice, and I missed Surf like 4 times in a row.
Sounds about right. Thank God this shop doesn't know low sweep though. Like, genuinely, this game would be so miserable without it.
We are starting to kind of see the toll with some of these runners. Wartap saying like they're gonna go for 2 more Mudkips, and that could very well be it. Lucas ran out 3 minus special attack natures in a row. That is brutal. But no problems whatsoever no problems at all from Etiquette on that Doofer gym. You love to see that. And from here on out, it is going to be relatively smooth sailing for Etiquette all the way up until have to deal with Rival 2. As we're now going to get a quick look at how everybody else is doing. Head Bob getting out of the Devon Corp to try and get to Dewford. Insane getting through these 2 Magma Grunts before heading off to Lily Cove. Lucas starting off another run. Pokeguy finishing things off at the museum. Truly taking a nice break. Could very well be back after a while. Tucker through getting things going at Mount Pyre. Wartab looking like maybe in the final stretch of the session. That's kind of indicated earlier in the chat, maybe going for a couple of more attempts on that Mudkip. And lastly, Wave Warrior. I want to say that this fight is the Ace Trainer Milton. No, it is the Route 113 fight. As Wave Warriors just trying to get into Fall Arbor. Without much trouble.
Numal, at this hour?
Hopefully we don't get to see another run die at this point and juncture. Yeah, smart of him to try to go for to heal up the Ladio. Definitely, I think has more than enough hyper potions. So no shame in trying. So yeah, no issues whatsoever in trying to pop off the Latios. And you know, these mighty Hyenas can be rough, especially when Swagger is in play.
Yeah. Okay, got the paralysis.
Very nicely done, and of course, pointless critical is pointless.
Pointless critical is pointless. Of course.
All right, how about let's see if things can go well with this. Oh, wow. Okay. Critical hit on the first echoed voice. Interesting. Ooh, very nice. Foresight, focus energy. What a combo. About as good a Machop as you could ask for. Or Hideki, I should say. And Insane now getting a look at the magma base. And we're just pretty much just about approaching the top of the hour, about starting off hour 3 of our actually no, that is hour 4. Actually, what am I thinking about? We've been at here 3 hours, so in this current commentary shift, we're about to start hour 4. But a reminder for people who are just tuning in or just been tuning in a little bit, this is Barrier Blitz, as we have gathered 9 of the best Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphires around as they all try to vie for not only world record, but for a big piece of that $1,000 prize pool, as you're kind of seeing in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Right now, we are at a point where only 45 seconds separate our top 5, and only 3 seconds separate our top 2 runners. Tucker in first place with a 255.18, and Truly with a 255.21. Truly just finished not that long ago, followed by Wave Warrior, and then a tie for 4th between Headbob and Insane. So still opportunities for all these runners, as well as our other runners as well. Etiquette, Lucas, Pokeguy, Wartap to potentially maybe get only 1 or 2 more runs going with the hope of nabbing that top spot. I've kind of seen Pokémon guys just really trying to do their best for mashing the with setting up, I should say, and hopefully the Slugma doesn't burn, which it doesn't.
God willing.
Yeah, now the real test comes against that Grovyle, that dreaded Grovyle that we did all that Pokeguy did all that prep work for.
Come on, I could voice.
And there we go.
Let's
okay,
go.
No problem. And then the Wailord, which, you know, it's practically a victory lap at this point. And
Everyone's swapped.
Now Luke is having trouble now with a minus defense nature Mudkip. Oh, then you did not want to see that at all.
Yeah, that's one way to struggle one Worm.
Quick roll call, or I guess rather a quick update on everybody else. Tucker kind of going through getting a little past the halfway mark of the run, going by at the getting past the 2 grunts on the way to Lily Cove and then on the way to the Magma hideout. Etiquette on the way, soon about to fight rival 2. Head Bob finished up the Dewford Gym, now on the way to Mauville. Insane finishing up the round things out with one more fight at the Magma hideout. Lucas hopefully getting out of the RNG mess that is with the starting Mudkip strats. Wartab, we're gonna find out in a second whether or not this Mudkip is worth continuing. Low at 13 in attack, but very solid stats everywhere else. We'll see if Wartown wants to continue this. I'm saying no problem with that. Lucas kind of finishing, or rather starting a run right now. And Wartap, just not happy, not happy or thrilled with the Mudkip is that. A lot of the stats were good, but that 13 attack, it's just not. It can be really rough.
Yeah.
Going through the water routes in the late game, for the most part, they're not really much of a problem, especially since you have the at the bottom screen a map that constantly shows where you are at all times. It would make things a lot easier, but boy, if you're careless, boy, it is so easy to fall into like those extra fights in the water, especially with some of them that can be a little bit out of sight, and if you're just really not careful with your movement, you end up suffering through quite a bit in terms of getting the of losing time thanks to some very unnecessary fights.
Yeah. Specifically, not the most on brand, but for the 7th gym, St. Lisa, I can't memorize the movement in that gym for the life of me. And it's always impressive when I messed it up. It's not hard, it's just there.
Yeah, it sometimes can be very easy, especially with the I want to say the third little like I guess pillar that you light up and that you have like a branching path trying to it can be very easy to go to the wrong one, and you're not only forced to take an additional fight, but actually you might be forced to take 2 extra fights, which are definitely not easy to have to deal with, but it does feel really, really nice getting through that puzzle without taking any of the gym trainers. And also why I take in a safety save right before starting the puzzle. And even sometimes I even put in a second safety save like midway through the puzzle.
That's fair. Grovile at this hour? Cool.
Grovile at this hour, people are trying to sleep. I say it's like
Grovile
5
always
p.m. where
terrifies
I'm
me.
at.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. for me too. Still nap time.
Honestly,
The
every
late
time
lunch
it's nap time.
nap
And when it's
time?
not nap time, it's full on sleep time.
Yeah, it's too cold for me to be awake right now. Like, you ever watch the SpongeBob episode about like hibernation?
Oh,
That's me
yeah.
right now.
And getting through that rival 2 fight relatively easily. Time to see the strat Insane got for the for it. Okay, Lunatone not going down, not really an issue. Especially now that it's a 1v1. Surf is no longer. Oh, I forgot about the cast form too. Either way, the important thing is ensuring that Marsh Stomp is KO'd at the end of this fight to avoid having to take those 2 additional fights, double battles in Victory Road.
My thoughts exactly, thank you.
We're seeing a couple of people kind of start off runs early. Wartab's just about to get the Mudkip. Luke is very soon about to. We're about to see whether or not that another roll at, and hopefully not get anything bad in terms of nature. But at the very least, Pokeguy is just easing through Watson right now on no problem whatsoever getting that 3rd gym badge. Once that Voltorb is out the way, which really is not going to factor in at all. That X speed that you do at the start of the Watson fight definitely does help a little bit, for sure, in ensuring that speed is taken completely out of the equation there.
Yeah, because otherwise you risk getting staticated by like some of the Voltorbs, or the Voltorb, I guess. So, soul for a soul.
And speaking of getting through, going through gyms that are honestly not much of a problem right there. Wave Warrior at Lava Ridge, about to face off against Flannery in a minute or so. Ooh, good call on Wave Warrior. That spinner has a chance to go right, and that spinner was also looking north for a long while. So it could have been something where if Wave was not careful, we could have seen potentially a an unnecessary extra fight. I can't remember off the top of my head what that one trainer even has. So it could be something very, very unfortunate as far as how much time is lost for that one. And speaking of unfortunate, Luke is having to restart again.
Oh man,
We are
it's
at
not
what?
Luke's day.
We are at what, 5 or 6 straight runs that Lucas has had to restart as a result of just a bad mudkip nature.
Yeah, some days you just have a I don't know how else to put it. My God, it is not his day. Well, that right earlier wasn't half bad, but that he used all his creative juices on that one, we may never know.
Who knows? And the interesting thing will be whether or not, I mean, looking at that, that's a 19 attack stat on that Mars Top. That should be enough to potentially hit a KO the Torkoal. Actually, it almost certainly. Oh, it avoided. Oh boy, miss on the mud shot. You do not want to see that. Mud shot right there, meaning that we are going to body slam the paralysis. Oh my, yeah, this Torkoal is really, really locked in. Oh my goodness.
The Torkoal now.
Oh my god! Wow, just unlucky right there. Torkoal getting the Sunny Day powered overheat. Yeah, that was extremely. What an unfortunate way to lose a run like that.
Yeah. Wait, does that Torkoal know Solar Beam?
What was that?
Does the Torkoal know Solar Beam?
No, it went for a Sunny Day and then Sunny Day and then body slam for the paralysis and then overheat.
That's a new one. Okay.
That is a wombo combo. If I've ever seen one.
That was the most cursed Torkoal interaction I've ever heard.
Now hoping for better luck over here with Tucker going up against Tate and Liza. Tucker, our current leader here at Barrier Blitz, but just the slimmest of margins, only leading by 3 seconds with a best time of 2:55.18 this weekend. Yeah, shout out to that cast form. Ekrocha was saying in chat, aura farming. Yeah, I got it. Can I just say I love the different designs cast form has whenever it transforms under different conditions. I would have loved to have seen a Sandstorm cast form.
Honestly, yeah. I just want to see Mega Evolve cast form.
Oh, that would be phenomenal.
Tucker, look out! The world's on fire. Alright, I think Tucker's safe. So just skimming through, looking at all the other runs, we got pretty much a pretty diverse set of like where everyone is right now.
Yeah,
There's been so much since the Mega Evolution that caught me off guard.
Yeah, taking a quick look at 209 beating Maxi is actually not a bad pace. Could very well potentially be on a. This could be obviously not knowing fully what this Groudon has on tab in terms of the IVs, but it could.
Yeah, it's hard for me to give.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that could be a really nice like a 255, maybe even a 254 pace. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully. Depending on how insane closes it's out, we could very well be looking at a new contender.
I see the visions. But honestly, I've always been so bad at telling pace before Wallace is done. So I don't know, man. Anything could happen.
Taking a quick look at it, how everybody else is doing. Etiquette going against Ace Trainer Wilton. Head Bob altering some of Marshawn's moves. Luca's about to... Like, at some point, Mudkip, you gotta give Lucas something. At some point, you gotta give him something to work with. Well, we cannot keep going with these minus special attack and minus defense nature runs forever.
Yeah,
that about to get into meteor falls. Yeah, it's
at this point it's just trying to see like how many attempts can I throw at the wall so I get a Mudkip that fixed. According to Lucas, a lot.
You know, at some point, something's got to give. That Mudkip gotta get some good stats at some point. I don't know if it needs to spend more time at the gym. Or I am seeing a 9 right there. That is 9 on the speed, a minus speed nature. Yeah, no, again. Oh my god. It's been a running, continuing the running thing from yesterday. Just seeing a lot of resets over just low speed Mudkips.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the speed. It's just taking so many people off.
Taking a quick look at how everybody... Insane right now. Still on a good pace, hopefully. Lucas kind of saying 5 Mudkip left. So that might be its hard limit right now. It is starting to get really late. I think over there in I'm assuming Lucas lives in France, just looking at the flag. Probably is like past. It definitely past 10 p.m. Might be like 11 p.m. But like close to midnight.
I'll check.
Yeah, 11:20. Yeah, 11:20 p.m. For sure.
Yeah, that man's getting tired.
Yeah, so Lucas. Yeah, that is one thing that in these rules is that the limit is you have until midnight to have a run going. So once you get past, so you can start a run. You can start a run right before midnight, but you basically gonna have to finish that one through, or it straight up doesn't count. A 9 on that on Wave Warriors Mudkip for the special attack. Not what you want to see at all. I want to make sure that Echo Voice is is nice and then strong. I'm doing some really quick math, but after this fight, we could very well be on to something.
Oh, what's Head Bob doing? Using the XP as grandfather's performance on him.
I think Tucker is practically either matched up or give or take a couple of seconds either ahead or behind his PB.
Really? Okay. Let's leave right now. I need to start with a bang.
Yeah, Tucker right now is practically right around PB pace level, but he is going to have to close it out and needs to hope for a great Groudon to get a chance. So we could be looking at a massive shakeup as far as the lead. Tucker already in first place, but if he keeps this run going, this is a great first 70% of the run that he's had. This could very well be something. This could very well be a massive jump in the lead, as we're kind of just now nearing, for some of these runners, kind of the very end of their sessions.
I'm really curious to see how many of the runners actually will stay for the entire night, up until midnight.
Yeah, no, it feels weird, at least for me, saying that this is the end for some of these runners, but it is nighttime for some of them. It's actually almost getting nighttime over here. It's not even 5:30, but it's definitely getting close to nighttime for us. So we are.
Oh, it just gets dark way too quick, man. Sundown for me is at 5:30.
Yeah, can it be summer right now where I don't have to worry about that for another few hours?
Just a couple. Wouldn't hurt.
As we're now kind of just going through a little bit of some interesting some cutscene shenanigans on Tucker's side of things. Take a quick look at how everybody else is doing. Etiquette just finishing up Meteor Falls. Head Bob just, I believe, about to head into Mount Pyre. Insane, we're getting on a good pace. Insane on a pretty good pace. Just about to catch Groudon. So that's another runner that we need to keep an eye out on. Lucas starting another run in about a minute or so, a little more than a minute. We'll find out whether the Mudkip is a runnable one. Pokeguy in just about to fight Maxi. Wartab early on into into that session. Wave Warrior soon about to get into Petalburg Woods from the looks of it. As we finish up the catch tutorial. Man, I will say I love the grandiose like cutscene. Even though it takes forever, just like how long it takes for Groudon to like power up into Primal Groudon. It just looks so good. I mean, same with Kyogre, but it just looks so good. It just kind of like it really makes it like this is the good stuff that you're about to encounter.
I wish they did more of it, honestly. That's my only complaint. But also, the game would take forever to load, so...
Alright, chat, send your energy to that Mudkip. Please give something for... Wait, the Trico and Mudkip just crit each other on their first move? That's actually really funny.
That's how you know a playthrough's curse.
Oh my god, Trico getting on second crit? That's extremely rare to see. Okay, double digits across the board. 15 in the attack, 10 on the speed. That's, you know, we take that. We absolutely take that. Yeah, I know Lucas was getting dangerously close to kind of finishing to the end of his allotted time here at Barrier Blitz, but man, if this is the last chance for Lucas, man, what a Mudkip to start things out with.
Yeah. He at least shows he's going out swinging.
Yeah, Tucker's still on a really nice pace. Insane not that far behind, but at the very least with Insane, could potentially still be something where it could shake up the leaderboards for sure.
Yeah, this is the first time my commentary blocks I've seen two really good pace runs going at the same time. And like semi-close to each other, because usually they're like an hour apart or something. But now it's like very noticeable. I don't know, it's just pretty neat.
I mean, you know, actually, Pokeguy is actually on a good pace as well. I saw him start heading in 112. He's just about to head into Flannery. That's, you know, could potentially be on a. I mean, it's still way too early to tell. However, not a bad start for Pokeguy.
Norman Willing, that could be a really saucy run.
Yeah, for sure. Now, hoping that this coughing just please self-destruct. There we go.
Please, Lord. I actually lost a run to that the other day because that coughing crit me.
Ah, that's so unfortunate.
I would have lived to stop the self-destruct crit.
Ooh, Lucas, I think giving a little bit more updates on that Mudkip. Potentially 4 to 5 neutral nature speed. Ooh, interesting to see with how little time Lucas has left, whether or not he's full on scented with this one and just hope for the best. We will see. Lucas, kind of making a decision on whether or not what's going to happen after, whether or not he continues to run or not, depending on what happens after Petalburg Woods. That'll definitely be something to sort of keep an eye out on.
Yeah.
I'm now seeing Insane just about head into the Zootopolis gym, and Tucker getting front row seat to the grand unveiling of Primal Reversion with Groudon. Wave Warrior, not a bad start. Not a bad first like 20 minutes of. And yeah, even though it's in torrent range, definitely nowhere near enough to take care of the nose pass in one go. But back in torrent range, ooh, that crit a couple of turns ago on that tackle. Yeah, it's gonna force Wave to do another heal. Really gonna slow things down a little bit with that with this fight. But I think now in the clear. There we go. That last tackle did finally put it in torrent range, and of course the critical comes in at a point where it probably wasn't even needed. And I'm just taking a look at. Oh, that Insane just failed. That Insane got an unfortunate fight at the gym, at the Zootopolis gym. Oh, that is. Yeah, that is really rough. Thankfully, not a massive time loss, but you do not want to be taking optional fights like that on a pace like this. And I think Wartab might. Yeah, I think Wartab is tapping out. Another loss to Hideki. That might be it. So, GG's Wartab on the weekend in general. It was very fun watching you and everybody else kind of strut yourself in it, but really unfortunate. Hate to see it. It was a pleasure watching.
Nah, dude, it was. Run. Thank you for coming out. It was an honor.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, you know, Oraz giveth and Oraz taketh, and we've seen Oraz take a lot of runs and a lot of paces at various points.
Indeed, we have.
But this is one of those things where, you know, when you are at a top level, like all 9 of these runners are, I mean, luck does play a factor. It can really spell the difference between, you know, first place in this Barrier Blitz and last place.
Oh, does that make Wartab our last place person?
I believe so. I don't believe Wartab got to complete a run, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, this game just is not nice sometimes, but is the way the cookie crumbles.
We see Insane getting the final gym badge, and now kind of seeing what how that end game is going to look like, especially having to take that optional fight, which was definitely not in the books for him. Etiquette, just about to take on Flannery. And it sounds like Lucas is going to actually keep the run going with the Mudkip that he got. Not a perfect Mudkip, but definitely a much better one than the string of bad Mudkips he's had in the last, like, almost hour or so.
Yeah.
And really, at this point, I mean, Lucas only has not even half an hour left, so this is kind of like, do you really want to reset at least like twice, like for 2 more chances at a good Mudkip, at a better Mudkip than what he currently has? Technically you can aim for that, but I think with the bad RNG he's gotten with the in the last hour or so, like this is one of those, like, you kind of take what you can get.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
As we're now getting a take, as now Tucker finally got out of the nice little break after catching Groudon and teaching that Groudon everything he wants it to know for the fight that we got coming up ahead. Pokeguy, see if with this Marsh Stomp, kind of a very bizarre stat spread. Minus special attack plus defense, and then kind of not the best stats everywhere else. So. But at the very least, the defense is going to take, at least it will make it so Markstrom can tank a little bit, a little bit better. Some of those
a wee bit better
chip-aways. Oh, that is, oh my god! Well, no defense increasing nature is going to can prepare you for a random crit like that. Oh my, hate to see that.
Yeah, all the defense in the world is going to do nothing against that crit.
Yeah, stab crits against a slacking. It's brutal.
Yeah, it always hurts to see stuff like that happen, where I know there's like basically very few things they could have done to avoid that, if anything. Because of course you wouldn't go for the second X attack if his defense is already fine, or the extra X defense. But no, that's just it just hurts, man.
All right, time to see where. Really, really interesting to see where does Tucker fall as far as post Wallace, because I think right now I think he's maybe just a few seconds behind PB, but still on pace for an extremely strong finish. Alright, taking a look at that. Oh, wait. Okay, so it looks like perfect defensive stats across the board. Obviously we're kind of seeing the spreads and the nature graphics, like the blue and the red, kind of for all 3 Pokemon. Not 1000% sure if those are meant for Groudon, if it's
No, they're all Marsh comp. I know that, I think Tucker only has one IV up, and he doesn't notice yet. This Groudon can really be whatever it wants to be.
For sure.
Alright, Etiquette's in the critical hit room.
Yeah, I'm thinking Etiquette through the... Taking another crack at Norman. Assuming he can get passive. I believe this is the last fight before the before Norman. I think the order is what Delcatty, Lanoon, and then Sangoot before you get to Norman. Whoa, that was... All right, cool. Nothing happened. Everything is fine. Everything is
moving
fine.
forward.
Nothing happened.
Everything's okay. Everyone go back to sleep. Please heal, dude. Please don't forget to heal. I'm begging you.
Would be wild for anybody to challenge Norman on 11 HP remaining.
Honestly, yeah.
Not sure I would agree with the strat, but I respect the boldness of it.
Just to send a message. Very cool.
Insane finally getting to just about getting ready to fight Wally. There's a lot of tense fights that we got coming up.
Yeah.
Etiquette's fighting Norman. Headbob's about to fight Flannery in a couple of minutes. Insane's about to take on Wally for the last time. Tucker's about to get to Victory Road. Lucas, I believe, is fighting the Grunt at Rust Turf Tunnel, so which means very close to getting to the Doofer Gym. So all 5 of our runners who are currently active right now, well, 5 of the 6 runners. Wave Warrior's about to start a run right now. But most of the runners who are currently active are definitely doing... Are for sure definitely doing... Oh, no! Luke... Oh... Lucas... not...
What happened to Lucas?
Lucas got outsped and unfortunately took an L right there, and then and there at the Grunt at Rust Turf Tunnel.
Oh man,
that low speed that he was mentioning earlier played a factor after all. Oh my goodness!
It was a one run. I think surely nothing will happen with his bad speed.
Let's see. It is 5:43. He has about 3 more chances before. He is before the...
Oh no, he's slacking in the heal range. So I don't know if he has enough bulldozers to do this. I hope he's been counting well. Because he needs 3 bulldozers to finish this fight now.
Yeah, I think he... Yeah, he's got 3.
I think he has 4.
Right.
3, okay. Oh, that scared me. Alright, cool. That's just lacking.
No problems right there.
Looks like Lucas was already hopping right into a new run. Untiered.
123 coming out of Norman is actually a pretty solid pace. It's actually a pretty solid pace.
Yeah.
So if Etiquette can translate that good start with a good Latios and good Groudon, who knows? Listen, there's still a lot of runs left for some of these people.
Yeah, is it 12 p.m. local time or just 12 p.m. EST where the tournament's over? I assume it's EST.
I believe it's. I think it's more to do with UTC rather than.
Okay.
EST. I could very well be wrong. All right, Insane just about getting ready to fight Sydney. Definitely a nail biter for sure.
Yeah. So they must be on pretty decent pace right now.
Now we're gonna see Insane just really trying to match as fast as possible, trying to salvage the run and seeing if he can get out of that tie for 4th place.
I like that we can actually. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was just saying, route on Insane going for the double for 2x speed there.
Yeah, playing it a little safe, but I kind of have to respect it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly, I think style speed is chlorophyll.
All right. Well, the sunlight faded, so at the very least, chlorophyll is no longer a factor.
Yeah.
That is definitely good news. And Tucker right now about to face Wally. Could, depending on this fight goes, depending on how things are closed out, it could potentially be looking at a either a just barely scraping by a potential 253, or at worst we're talking low 254 at the current pace he is at. But he's on Insane getting through Sydney. Etiquette is about to get through, just soon about to go for the final Marsh Stomp fight before getting that Latios. Head Bob getting another crack at Norman. Before that, got to get through Stangus. We already kind of saw a near critical, and that, oh my god, there was a critical right there. Thankfully, not enough to take out the Marsh Stomp.
Let's go, Marsh Stomp. I think that you can actually just hear the constant mashing.
Like, yeah, that is the sound of someone who is really locked in.
Yeah, dude, he is ready.
All right, Lucas going for in about a minute or so. Gonna see the when Mudcap, he has a good two more chances. Otherwise, unfortunately, that will be it for him. Oh, and oh, right, the fake. I believe that was a fake out.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yeah. For a moment, I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean flinch? Oh, right, fake out. Fake out's the thing.
Oh, here we go.
I look at all right, time to see whether very few chances left.
Yeah, that was good. I think.
Now the interesting.
I think it's get well.
Now we'll see. Yeah. Then could be another instance where Lucas will wait until will really make a decision until Peterburg was. But if he does it, just by the fact that he's not resetting right now, pretty much means that at most he's got one more shot at a Mudkip if he's not happy with this one. It looks if. But yeah, I think yes, we'll kind of see how this goes. But Lucas could very well just say, you know, not worth the anguish thinking about potentially resetting one more time, and like we'll just take it.
Ooh, fake out.
Yeah, took it right now on a really nice pace here at Barrier Blitz.
Yeah, he'll out of Aqua Jet range. Definitely the right call.
Yeah, always got to be very wary about that. Definitely not something that you're thinking about when you're in when you're playing Alpha Sapphire. You got Kyogre instead.
Yeah.
But that also, yeah, but of course, having Kyogre will solve a few problems, but will also potentially create some new ones. So, all about a matter of balance and figuring things out.
Yeah.
And what is the best thing for you? Oh yeah, Luke is getting a couple of unfortunate extra encounters. Man, Petalburg might not even be. Yeah, I don't even think there's a chance he might not even have enough time to decide on whether or not to reset past Petalburg. I think this might have to be will have to be the run.
Yeah, I think he just has to send it. So we got Insane entering Drake at 248. Or 2430-ish, 40-30. Ooh.
That optional fight he took, he accidentally took all the way at the Sutopolis gym. Did slow down the momentum, but still got a chance at getting a 255 from the looks of it. I could very well be wrong, but it looks like it could be a 255 pace.
Yeah, I think so too.
Seems to be a decent start at the very least for Insane. Not a ton of time needed to set up and everything. And ooh, that Kingdra living.
Yeah, that's not a good range to live.
Oh, and the
Yeah, another forward
living on
square.
that. I think he only went for one Swords Dance. I could be.
I think it's just low enough on its range. He just lost it twice in a row. No, he missed the completer sword dance. That's why.
Another sword stand and Flygon missing. I think that was that an attempt at a boom burst? Because if it was, it missed. So that is very fortunate for Insane. All right, get it for Drake. Relatively scot-free.
I wouldn't say scot-free. That was a pretty rough.
Even with the unfortunate range misses on the even with the unfortunate range misses on that Kingdra.
Yeah. But no, we're.
Oh, the Tucker take a definite lead for. Oh wow.
Oh.
And it was such on a phenomenal pace too. You
only said
we said like what 15 minutes ago. Oras taketh and Oras giveth.
Yeah. Alright. So we have pretty much one more range for Steven, but otherwise this run is essentially done.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick look at the we will hopefully we'll see as we kinda are about to pretty soon finish off our commentary shift and just kinda wanting to see what this what Insane's pace is gonna final time is gonna be with the Skarmory. It'll be interesting to see where things how Insane approaches it and whether or not Toxic plays a factor early, whether or not Steel Wing could be Steel Wing, doesn't do too much damage. Right, about close to 1/3 health. Going for another.
Oh, he might be dead here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
The math working out
Simple
for him. My God, that is. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was gonna be over.
It was over. I doubted. I'm not giving him a lie.
That is incredible. Man, oh my God, what a nail biter on the final fight for Insane's current run right now.
I didn't think this would be the fight that do it, but here we are. Alright, Smackdown just to break down the Skirty. Because, oh my God, so many of the Pokemon on this team have Skirty. And by so many, I mean Skarmory and Aggron.
I am fascinated to know how Insane, if Insane really had the numbers crunched down, thinking that that Groudon could live, or it was just a full-on send it. I don't care anymore. We're here at Barrier Blitz. I want to get improve my time. I want to get into that top 3, maybe finish with the podium.
I'm the man first. I'm in last. All right.
All right, as we are, it looks like, Tucker, big GG's to Tucker, not doing any more runs anymore. Lucas on the officially now on the final attempt cannot reset. Got past the grunt, and it's now midnight over there in France. So it is officially time. As far as resets are concerned. Insane. I believe this is going to be gonna be a nail, but I believe this is gonna be a 250, a high 255.
Yeah.
Just kind of eyeballing
Maybe.
it. That optional fight at the Zootopolis gym really is making a massive difference. It may have potentially stopped him from getting top 3. We will see. Either way, GG's. What a run! What a strategy to not go for the heal. Like when the HP was at 66, and just full on believing Groudon can tank the Toxic and the Steel Wing damage. It's absolutely unbelievable stuff. Now we'll see if this will absolutely be a 255. And with that is going to be GG's 255. Looked like it was a 255.54. Meaning that Insane goes from a tie for 4th place to outright getting 4th place entirely.
Wow. What a run.
Absolutely.
But all in all, well done.
Yeah, very admirable. 250, getting a 250. We now have 4 runners with a 255.
Yeah, Tucker with a slight lead over everyone. Assume 255.54. Yeah, we'll go by that.
Yeah, I think that's how it looked like to me when the fade out to black happened.
Yeah.
But still, absolutely phenomenal stuff from so many of our runners here. I mean, all of our runners we've been able to do, we've been able to witness, what makes these runners so amazing and how they even got to Barrier Blitz in the first place. I mean, this is really reserved for the creme of la creme, the top of the mountain, the best runners of these games possible. And big hello to Raiders from Randall and Iron Dre. I mean, hey, no guts, no glory when we're talking about a prize pool of $1,000 and a potential world record.
Yo, is that a Magma Grunt? Yo, is that a Nose Pass?
Oh.
Oh, that's a dead Nose Pass.
Oh, that is... What an unfortunate... Oh. Feels so bad for Lucas.
Max roll tackle. Oh, dude, that sucks.
For the last hour and change. Oh, it's just nothing but just unlucky. Still, Lucas, GG on what has been a very long weekend for everybody here. But of course, we are not done with Barrier Blitz. We still have a few hours left. But as for Niv and I think that will be it for our commentary shift. We appreciate every single one of you who tuned in, every single one of you wishing GGs, GLHFs to all of our runners. Our runners coming into chat, even giving us minor updates on what they're thinking on their show. Obviously, we can't hear what they are saying, so they would chime into chat every once in a while. What a phenomenal 4 hours we saw. It was nothing but nail biters, left and right. And so that'll do it for me. Any last words, Nif, before we sign it off to our next set of great commentators?
Yeah, next up, we got some real bangers. We got New Amber. How many people do we got in the next comp?
I think
Let's
we got
check.
3.
Yeah, I was curious. We got New Amber, Nick Pixels, and I swear, I hope I pronounced this right. Chesky? I'm so sorry, I pronounced my name wrong. This this is karma, if I did pronounce it wrong. But no,
Yeah.
it's been an honor commentating with you. Thank you for carrying me.
No,
It was an honor.
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it carry. I think we both did a pretty good job on our own. But regardless, it was great. It was fun spending these total 8 hours with you, watching some fantastic runs, and I hope all of you are able to will get to enjoy the rest of our finale here at Barrier Blitz. And with that, we'll send it off to a quick little transition, and then off to our next set of commentators.
Yeah, sounds good.